Welcome to the Rowell Report. We're taking a look today at the Strait of Hormuz, and for those who follow this channel, I've had an absence, and so I'd like to welcome you back to this channel. And so today we are looking at the Strait of Hormuz. As you can see on the screen, I have one ship that is blinking here. That is the Rich Starry, and the Rich Starry was supposedly the success of transiting through the Strait of Hormuz and making its way out and towards China. But many had wrongly thought that the U.S. ships were basically planted across the Strait of Hormuz in this area and not allowing anything to come in or out. But really, the situation is that the U.S. ships are going to be at the exit point of the Gulf of Oman, so they will be further out to sea. And so again, these it doesn't take much to stop tankers and cargo ships, because they have insurance, and insurance limits the risk that they can take. So ships aren't interested in running blockades. This is not their business. They don't dedicate to this kind of activity. So anyway, the Rich Starry, which I will click on that, you can see there's the Rich Starry. And the Rich Starry was sanctioned by the Biden administration in 2023 for transporting what they called sanctioned oil from Iran to China. So this is what the U.S. called a sanctioned ship, and so it again had picked up Iranian fuel and was heading towards China and spoofed its origin as the UAE, and so that apparently didn't fool anyone. And the U.S. naval blockade alerted the Rich Starry that it would be not allowed to pass. And as I mentioned, the cargo and tanker ships are not in the business of running blockades. They're not in the business of entertaining conflict. They carry important cargo, and their job is to protect their ships, their crew, and their cargo, and not to get into these conflicts. So what the Rich Starry has done now is it has changed its destination to the port city of Sohar. So there we have Sohar, and that still is not anywhere near the point where the U.S. naval forces would be. Of course, they'd probably go to Sohar and then move towards Muscat, possibly moving towards Sur, and I don't know if they have the port facilities for a tanker, but you will see them inch towards the exit for the Gulf of Oman, and Oman is a friendly country to Iran, so you can see that there is a rhyme to the reason of why they're going to Sohar, and eventually they will make their way slowly towards the exit point as Chinese and U.S. authorities discuss this situation and how this is going to be handled. The Chinese said that they're not going to allow any imposition on the transport of fuel between Iran and China. This is not within the purview of the United States to be impeding ships in international waters. So this conflict has yet to mature. And if we take a quick look here at the Persian Gulf, you can see all the ships. There are going to be hundreds there, possibly thousands, that are all trapped in the Persian Gulf. And we have other ships in the Gulf of Oman essentially trapped as well, because the U.S. is at one end and Iran at the other. And if they're going to a country which is not friendly to Iran, they won't be passing the Strait of Hormuz. And according to the U.S. naval blockade, they will not be leaving either. So now they are stuck, essentially, also in this blockade on a blockade. So we will see who blinks first. Right now, we don't have any information that the situation is de-escalating. Rather, the situation continues to escalate as the U.S. tries another, you could call it, panicky move to try to bring down the government in Tehran. But of course, Iran has been preparing for this day for 20 years. So this move from the U.S. is not going to bring down their government or stop them from functioning as a country. They are doing just fine. And the countries that are suffering currently are the European countries, who are depending on energy from this region. And so jet fuel is now starting to be in short supply. And within a couple of weeks, we can start to see flight cancellations and increased prices. So as the European countries ratchet down on demand, we will see an increased amount of pain in European capitals and among the European population. So who will blink first? Who will be able to apply pressure to the United States to end this naval blockade? We will see in the coming weeks, and we'll keep an eye on it. So anyway, thank you again for joining me here at the Rowell Report, and I wish you a very good day. Come back for the next one. Take care.